out where the oak trees shadow the forgotten trail. I found the fence we built in the springs, sweet gale, windswept prairie whispers through the barbed wire lines. Each rusted barb a keeper of easier times. Your scarf still hangs, a flag of surrender to fate. Dancing with the ghosts under skies that contemplate. Oh, how the fence bleeds as the sun dips low. Shades of your laughter in the twilight's glow. The land holds tight to the whispers of your tread. In the silence I find the words we never said. Years have turned, cabin's charm now but a shell. Gravel roads where the scars of stories we can't retell. Your rocking chair sways empty on the old porch side, where we watch the world in the arms of tide. Fallen leaves tread softly on paths you used to roam. In this quiet town that you once called home. Oh, how the fence bleeds as the sun dips low. Echoes of your laughter in the twilight's glow. The land clings to the whispers of your tread. In the silence I hear the words we never said. By the cold hard stone. And though I wander far, your memories cast like stone in the wild lands where my heart has grown. Yes, the fence bleeds under the weight of stars, each drop a tale of love written in our scars. As the night wraps its arms in a lonesome embrace, I walk this lonely path, each step a trace of you. In the shadow of the oak, where the creek used to sing, lies a scarf she left, faded now, a weathered thing. Underneath that old porch light, where moths still dance and swing, there's a whisper amongst the shattered glass, where we dreamed of spring. Oh, the whispers in the glass, like echoes of her laugh, they travel on the wind, through the paths where we once walked. As the sunset paints in brass, over fields that felt our past, these shattered glass whispers cut deep as I roam back. Old cabin stands, but the laughter's gone. The door swings lone and slow. Gravel roads where the marks we made, now overgrown, they barely show. That saddle rests untouched, dust settles where the light gets in. Each piece a fragment of the days before the world grew thin. Oh, the whispers in the glass, like echoes of her laugh, they travel on the wind, through the paths where we once walked. As the sunset paints in brass, over fields that felt our past, these shattered glass whispers cut deep as I roam back. By the riverside, the willows weep, the stones remember names. Every trail leads back to her, each step retraces flames. Maybe on some rain-soaked night I'll meet her shadow at the gate, and in her silent company find peace with what I couldn't change. So listen close beneath the stars, where wild winds never rest, to the shattered glass whispers of a love once confessed. In the quiet town's embrace, or the wildland's endless quest, her memory's a melody in a worn-out cowboy zest. Yes, these shattered glass whispers bleed in the heart they never left. Out where the oak trees shadow forgotten trails, silhouettes paint the past on gravel, dust, and rails. Underneath the starry skies, where once we lay and dreamed, now just echoes bounce round this broken cabin's beam. Starry night echoes carry my whispers to you, each twinkle a reminder of the love that we once knew. My heart's still sitting on that old porch swing, waiting for the wind to bring you back again to me. Long gone the laughter that filled the empty air, your scarf still lies on the saddle, though you're no longer there. The river sings lonesome as it flows by the ridge, like my heart it keeps moving past the broken bridge. Starry night echoes carry my whispers to you, each twinkle a reminder of the love that we once knew. My heart's still sitting on that old porch swing, waiting for the wind to bring you back again to me. Sometimes I think I see you by the willows
It's just the wild land and the memories that stay, holding on to shadows as the stars fade to gray. Starry night echoes now, just whispers in the breeze, a chorus of what was and the quiet sighs of trees. Here I am, a lone figure neath the vast endless gleam, holding on to dreams where you still dream with me. Starry night echoes, oh, how they sing of you and me.
Out where the creek bends past old Josie's farm, I found her scarf dancing in the breeze. It swirled like whiskey in a weathered glass, neath oaks that whisper secrets through their leaves. We'd watch the sunset gentle, closing her eyes, orange skies bleeding into purple night. Her laughter mingled with the cricket song in that fading light. Everything felt right. The sunset closed her eyes the day we said goodbye. Now every twilight sings a lonesome wayward sigh. The wind's a solemn tune that rides the dusty plains, carrying her voice, back the pain. Now the porch swing sways, but it's empty as the dawn echoes of footsteps like ghosts in morning fall. Where we once walked, gravel roads now lead nowhere. Trails we blazed are overgrown, as if we were never there. The saddle sits untouched, the horses wander free. Life moves on past cabins full of dreams. Yet in my mind I roam those rooms again, searching for the love, the life that might have been. The sunset closed her eyes the day we said goodbye. Now every twilight sings a lonesome wayward sigh. The wind's a solemn tune that rides the dusty plains, carrying her voice, bringing back the pain. In the quiet whispers of the rain, against old window panes I hear her name, a solitary figure by the gate. A cowboy's heart knows it's too late. The sunset closed her eyes, and so must I, to dreams of yesteryears under vast unending skies. But her shadow in the dusk, always by my side. The sunset closed her eyes, and part of me died. With every setting sun I feel again. The sunset closed her eyes. The night descends.
trees sway. There's a campfire we built one summer's day, under skies vast and blue as your eyes, on the soft bed of earth where my lone heart lies. We carved our dreams in the bark of an oak, shared whispered tales with the smoke. But the river rose on its stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam through the towns, past the doors you once knew. Every sunset's a memory fading like the dew. Love's like a trail that just winds and winds, campfire washed away, leaving only vines. Now the cabin stands empty, the windows all bare, like the hollow in my chest filled with cold prairie air. Where we danced on the porch, the old record spun, a melody lost to the silence succumb. Gravel road stretch and touched by your tread, the saddle's untouched like the words we left unsaid. But the river rose on that stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam past the porches under ghostly moon's hue, each step a reminder of the love that once grew. Love's like a shadow in the twilight's deep binds, campfire washed away, leaving echoes behind. So deep, find the scarf you once wore. Is it still mine to keep? As the stars wheel above in their cold distant play, the darkness holds tight where your warmth used to lay. And the river keeps rising like my heart's mournful cry, washing over old memories that refuse to die. Every campfire I build, every flame I set free, is a prayer that someday your shadow returns to me. Love's a story that ends where it once did begin. Campfire washed away, but the embers still spin. Out by the old bent creek, where the wild oak shadows lay, and I first saw right in the blush of a dust-kicked day. Her laughter a melody over the clover, light and free, danced through the goldenrod, boundless as the prairie sea. Oh, I walked away under a heavy slate gray sky, left her scarf on the porch rail, didn't even say goodbye. Now the wind whispers secrets through the saddles hung on the wall, echoes of her footsteps in the twilight shadows fall. Years rolled on like tumbleweeds across these quiet plains. The cabin by the creek stands empty when it rains, where once our dreams hung thick like smoke around the fire's glow. Now only silence speaks in the places we used to go. Oh, I walked away, leaving nothing but her trace in the sunset's bleeding red over this forsaken place. And the gravel roads they mourn as I tread them once more, each step away from her heavier than the one before. By the old gnarled oak, I carved our names inside a heart. Vows whispered to the wind, now just echoes drifting apart. As the stars peer down like eyes that pity from above, I reckon the hardest trails are the ones walked without love. Yes, Rye walked away, and the skies they wept that day, as I watched the dust rise along the road that led her away. Now each sunset's fire, and every star up in the sway, they just remind me, Rye, you walked away. Rye, you walked away.
In the shadow of the old oak tree, where we carved our names for eternity, the land whispers secrets when the wind heaves, and on my cheek the rain bleeds. Old porch creaks remembers your grace, your laughter echoes a haunting trace. I see you dance in the sway of the leaves, under stormy skies where the rain bleeds. Oh, the rain bleeds like my heart on these sleeves, every droplet a memory in the dusted weeds. With the sunsets painting sorrows on the faded trails, love's a ghost in this wild, riding lonesome gales. Now the cabin's empty, the fire's cold, gravel roads lonely, the story's untold. Where we once walked, now only shadow leads. In the silence of the plains, the rain bleeds. Your scarf still hangs on that old rusty nail, reminder of what's gone, the love we'd avail. The saddle untouched, like my heart that pleads. Every thunder claps of pain as the rain bleeds. Oh, the rain bleeds like my heart on these sleeves, every droplet a memory in the dusted weaves. The sunset's fading glow on our lost tales. Love's a ghost in this wild, riding lonesome gales. I wander these hills, talk to the stones, ask why love leaves in these bones. Each answer lost,
carried by the breeze. In the quiet of the night, the rain bleeds. Yes, the rain bleeds, and I'm here on my knees. Landscapes of your smile in the clouds I seize. But as the horizon swallows the last light, I'm learning to live with the night. Still in my dreams, where old love leads. Forever, evermore, the rain bleeds.
Out where the oak tree shadow lays long, by the creek where the wild winds have blown, I carved two hearts, yours and mine, in the bark, where whispers stay hidden neath stars stark. Footprints fade where we danced unshaken, on that porch by the hills, God-forsaken. Storm burns like my heart tonight, in the cold, empty cabin's fading light. Your scarf in my hand sent warmth in, as the dust cushions the ghost of your grin. How the rain recalls every farewell, in the whispering wind I still dwell. Time turned, those gravel roads grew wide. The quiet town slept as something inside me died. Old laughter haunts the saloon's creaking floors, echoes the steps that aren't ours anymore. That old saddle now just gathers dust, like the memories succumbing to rust. Storm burns like my heart tonight, in the cold, empty cabin's fading light. Your scarf in my hand sent warmth in, as the dust cushions the ghost of your grin. How the rain recalls every farewell, in the whispering wind I still dwell. Underneath the vast indigo skies, I reckon each star mirrors your eyes. The trails we blaze now overgrown, in the wilderness I roam alone. Storm burns and I'm still reaching out, through the shadows of doubt, the route of our old route. May the horizon where sunsets bleed hold you close, far beyond my meager creed. Every twilight your absence I mourn, in the silence after the storm. On the edge of the mesa, under the old oak shade,
where we carved our names in the bark. A lifetime ago it seems. Those summers roll like thunder beneath skies white and gray, and your laughter mingled with the wind across the wild sage dreams. Now the wind left behind, it whispers through the grass, singing tales of what we lost as shadows in the dust. Each gust a gentle reminder of a love that couldn't last, on this lonesome trail where the sunset bleeds and hearts turn to rust. Years drifted by like leaves down a slow winding stream. Your scarf still hangs on the porch swing, faded and worn. The cabin stands empty, a relic of our vanished dream, where silence speaks in volumes, and I'm left here forlorn. Yes, the wind left behind, it whispers through the grass, singing tales of what we lost as shadows in the dust. Each gust a gentle reminder of a scarf you once cast, on this lonesome trail where the sunset bleeds and memories just rust in the quiet of the twilight, where the gravel road turns. I found solace in the sorrow, in the pain of learning to let go. But these lands hold your echo in the whispering ferns, and I wander ever searching for the peace the wind won't show. Still the wind left behind, it whispers through the grass as I walk these lonely roads under fading stars aloft. Maybe love's just a shadow in the dust meant not to last, but I'll carry you forever in the quiet winds I've crossed. As the last light fades and the trail grows cold and undefined, I'll keep listening for you in the wind left behind.
Underneath that old oak tree, by the porch where we used to be, silent whispers of dust and leaves, singing tales of you and me. The scarves you hung on every hook, now just shadows in every nook. Cabin haunted by the love we took, and the heart you never forsook. Porch cries under moonlit skies, where our love once danced. Now my soul just sighs. Every creek and wood, a story told of a warm hand lost in this growing cold. Echoes of your laughter in the breeze, as the leaves rustle and the memories tease. Gravel roads where we once roamed, now paths of solitude I call home. The saddle sits but rides no more, just like my heart, worn and torn. What changed was not the setting sun, nor the trails we thought we'd always run. It was the fading of your gentle ways in the harsh light of our ending days. Porch cries under stars,
sunset whispers of you in the wind's mournful calls, as the horizon blurs and the nightfall falls. But here I stand where you left your mark, in the silent scream of the meadowlark, a lone figure against the vast open plains, learning to dance in the oncoming lows. So porch cries, and so do I, with the stars bearing witness in the sky. The oak still stands though the years pass by, holding memories that refuse to die. In the quiet of this lonesome view, I find the strength to start anew. But in every twilight's fading blue, my heart whispers back to you. Out where the oak trees shadow gravel lanes, I recall the soft whisper of your name. Underneath that broad brim, wind spoke through your hair, and ghosts sank the cabin our love declared. But now the porch swings alone, creaks a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand speaks your name in this vast lonesome land. The trails we once rode, now overgrown and faint, where wildflowers mask the scent of our queens. The rain on the roof, a symphony so harsh, echoes through empty rooms where shadows march. The porch swings alone, sings a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand carries your voice across this desolate land. Saddles lay untouched, the leather's gone dry. Your scarf in the drawer left behind to lie. Does the wind know your touch? Does the oak still dream of our whispers that flowed like a mountain stream? Now the porch swings alone with a sorrowful croon. Stars watch like silent eyes under the cold moon. Every stir of the dust, every wail of the night wind holds you close in the ghost sing, where love never ends. So I sing to the stars over old ghost sank, where memories echo and my heart sank in the silence of the night, with the ghost of your smile. I'm adrift on this trail just for a while. In the shadow of the oak, by the dusty gravel lane, There's a scarf you left behind, fluttering like a flame. The road where we once walked under endless azure skies, now just a silent path where my lonely heart lies. On this timeless road, the world stood still. Your whisper in the wind, oh, I hear it still. Sunsets bleed like the tears we spill on this timeless road where my dreams unfulfilled. Old porch creaks as I think on days long gone. Cabin empty like the heartache drawn upon my soul. You rode away with the dawn to a place where I can't follow. Left me with the echoes of our yesterdays so hollow. On this timeless road, the world stood still. Your whisper in the wind, oh, I hear it still. Sunsets bleed like the tears we spill on this timeless road where my dreams unfulfilled. The rust on my saddle, the cracks in my boots speak of the miles and the solitary routes. Yet in every gust, your laughter twines through the whispering pines, across the fading lines. On this timeless road, I stand alone, heart bound to the dust where your light once shone. In the quiet of the night, under stars still and bright, I walk this timeless road in the fading twilight.
Out by the edge where prairie winds play, stood an old oak tree where we used to lay. Underneath its branches we carved our names in that quiet earth wrapped in golden haze. But now that oak tree's washed away by the river's wrath on a stormy day, just like you, it slipped from my grasp, leaves and love both gone with the past. The porch still creaks at your memory. That old red scarf you left rests silently. Dust dances alone where we danced in tune to the songs of crickets under the crescent moon. Yes, that old tree's washed away by the river's tears and my own dismay. Just like you, it faded from sight, roots and heart buried under the night.
where our laughter echoes, easing lows. The sunset's glow reminds me of your face, a part of my soul, lost without a trace. Oh, that oak tree washed away like the dreams we made in the dusty fray. And here I stand where we once lay, a cowboy lost in the love that strayed. Yes, here I sing to the winds that sway, where the oak tree in my heart forever lay, washed away.
In the shadow of the oak, where wild horses used to roam, I found her scarf faded red beneath the setting sun's last glow. That old porch creaked under the weight of ghostly tales untold. Her laughter hung on the prairie wind in the whispering grass so bold. Oh, but that empty bed tied down where dreams and dust collide, in a cabin by the creek under the endless starlit sky. Each night I lie awake where her whispers used to tread. A heart can't roam forever around and in an empty bed tied down. We rode the trails through amber fields where the river bends and sighs, but time it rusts like the old gate swings, and all but love denies. The saddle hangs untouched, it seems, since she rode off with the dawn, and all that's left is the echo of goodbye and the silence after she's gone. But that empty bed tied down where dreams and dust collide, in a cabin by the creek under the endless starlit sky. Each night I lie awake where her whispers used to tread. A heart can't roam forever around and round, an empty bed tied down. There's a wisdom in the wind, an old story it wants to say, about a cowboy's heart that loved and lost, but the prairie calls him stay. Rain may wash the old roads clean, but some tracks they never fade, like the path I walk in my mind each night, where her memory softly lays. So here's to the empty bed tied down, where my weary soul finds rest in the quiet of the night, with her shadow in the west. Though time may march and the stars may fall, and the world may turn its head, a cowboy's heart keeps wandering round and round, an empty bed tied down. Yeah, I'm forever bound to that empty bed tied down. In the shadow of the oak, where wild daisies grow, you whispered words of love, soft and low. Beneath that ancient tree, we swore eternity, but
But like the river bends, you slipped away from me. The porch still creaks, the door still moans, haunted by the love the heart once known. Love rode through like a summer storm, leaving just a scarf tattered and worn. In the whisper of the wind, I hear your laugh echoing down on old gravel paths. But the sunset dyes everything in red, coloring the dreams that we once had. Once our laughter filled the dusty street, now silence lays thick and deep. The cabin stands empty by the weeping willow sway, wood worn soft by many a day. The trails we walked are overgrown, lost to time like the love we've known. Love rode through like a summer storm, leaving just a scarf tattered and worn. In the whisper of the wind, I hear your laugh echoing down old gravel paths. But the sunset dyes everything in red, coloring the dreams that we once had. Under the vast unyielding sky, I've come to learn how goodbye can be a whisper or a tear, something lost between the fear and love. And every night when stars above shine, I search for you in their divine design. Love rolled through, but it rides no more, just echoes in the wind, the creaking floor. With every sunset, every starlit trail, I feel the weight of a love that's still so frail. Yet in the vastness, in the crimson hue, I've learned to live with the ghost of you.
Out by the willow, where the creek used to run, found an old cabin, wood bleached by the sun. Carved our names deep in that gnarly oak skin. Her laughter's echo over whispers of wind. Beneath that old porch, hid from midsummer's blaze, her scarf still lies there, lost in the haze. Her voice cries in the canyon tonight, through echoes that dance with the pale moonlight. Her sighs are the wind in the valley so low, where my heart's buried deep in the cold shadow. Oh, her voice cries, and I'm still learning why each sunset's more painful than the last goodbye. Seasons have turned, and that creek's running dry. Gravel roads wind where we once watched skies. The willow's grown old, its branches now bend, like my weary soul at each day's end. That scar frayed and faded, like memories worn in a dusty saddle from a love long torn.
Her voice cries in the canyon tonight, through echoes that dance with the pale moonlight. Her sighs are the wind in the valley so low, where my heart's buried deep in the cold shadow. Oh, her voice cries, and these old eyes don't lie. Each sunset's just shadows of her silent inside. If whispers could talk, or old ghosts could walk, would she wander back softly, or vanish like chalk on the edge of this earth where our dreams fell through? The land keeps her whispers, and the sky keeps its blue. Her voice cries in the canyon so deep, in my dreams it's her voice that disturbs my sleep. And I roam these lands tethered to her echo. Her voice cries in the wind and I can't let go. Yes, her voice cries, and I'm bound to follow through fading trails and valleys hollow.
In the cradle of the valley, where the oak trees touch the skies, lies a cabin made of memories, where my heart forever lies. The porch still holds her laughter in the creaks of weathered wood, where we watch the endless sunset, a promise understood. His shadow closed her eyes beneath the weeping willows' cries, where whispers of the prairie wind speak of days gone by. In the silence of the twilight, with the stars so sadly eyed, his shadow closed her eyes, and the dreams of love denied. Now the road is dressed in gravel, stretching past the forgotten miles, each stone a tale of distance between the sorrows and the smiles. The scarf she left behind on the saddle lay so cold, a fragment of a dance in the dust that turns to gold. His shadow closed her eyes and beat the weeping willows' cries, whispers of the prairie wind speak of days gone by. In the silence of the twilight, with the stars so sadly eyed, his shadow closed her eyes, and the dreams of love denied. By the riverside I wander, where the waters meet the bend, her reflection in the ripples, my companion, my old friend. With every step a whisper from the past that can't unwind, her echo in the canyon, a love I'll never find. The shadow closed her eyes beneath the weeping willows' cries, where whispers of the prairie wind mourn the quick goodbyes. In the silence of the twilight, with the stars so sadly eyed, his shadow closed her eyes on the heart that's tried and tried. So I ride beneath the moonlight, where her laughter met my sins, a cowboy with his memories, where the old love never wins. The trails may fade in shadows, but her touch I'll never lose, as a shadow closed her eyes to the life
I did not choose.
Out here where the oak trees shadow old forgotten trails, I found her scarf, a fragment caught where the soft wind wails. The dusty road beneath my boots once rolled like rivers smooth, echoes with the hooves that danced under that pale moon's groove. On this timeless road rode through, where our whispers haunt the breeze. Every sunset bleeds a hue of the love that seeped through trees. Hear the whisper of the pines carrying songs of what we knew. All that's left are these signs on the timeless road rode through. Porch still stands though weary by that empty cabin side. I see her there, a ghostly smile where shadows now reside. Years have turned the vibrant to a quiet, subtle gray. What once was ours, the land has claimed with each dawn's breaking day. On this timeless road rode through, where our laughter now feels thin. The winds carry away the words that should have pulled her in. Beneath cold stars I'm riding past memories I held true. Love's echoes left in the dust on the timeless road rode through. Now the rains come whispering like she did in springtime's glow. Each drop a verse of songs we sang, now only I will know. The saddle's worn, the leather cracked, like the heart within my chest. I ride alone, but in my mind her love's the journey's quest. On this timeless road rode through, where the past can never die. All the dreams we rode toward now, just shadows in my eye. Yet still I find her in the breeze, in the oak's enduring bough. Timeless road, you carry me through the then to the here and now. Timeless road, ride me through to where hearts can't help but roam. In the whispered wind I'm with her, though I'm faded far from home. Music fades, the credits roll, the sunset takes my view. Still my soul rides on and on, the timeless road rode through.
In the shade of an old oak tree, where the wildflowers hide, I recall her laughter, echoes on the breeze so wide. Wearing that flannel shirt, faded red to pale, under a wide-brimmed hat, her smile soft as a fairy tale. We'd sit on a creaky porch, her head against my arm, whispered secrets of our hearts, swaying free from harm. Flannel shirt cries in the dead of night, underneath the crescent moon's tender watching light. The trails of our past, dust to the wind and gone. Flannel shirt cries, and I'm left here to sing this song. Now there's an empty cabin where laughter once filled the room, and the wild brambles claim the path where our love used to bloom. She left with the winter rain soaking through her scarf of blue, gone down the gravel road beneath skies no longer true. The saddle sits untouched, the horse has long been sold. In the quiet town, the nights just feel so cold. Flannel shirt cries in the dead of night, underneath the crescent moon's tender watching light. The trails of our past, dust to the wind and gone. Flannel shirt cries, and I'm left here to sing this song. If these old timbers talk, they whisper of her grace. Among the shadows, I sometimes see her face, and the fields stretch out like the years that make me old. Each sunset painting her in colors bold and gold. Flannel shirt cries as I lay me down to rest, haunted by the heart she took from my lone chest. And while the stars watch silent, my dreams they dare not try. Flannel shirt cries, Lord, flannel shirt cries. In the shadow of an oak, by the creek where whispers play, I first saw storm, her eyes a wild, restless gray. And she danced 'neath sunsets, on gravel roads we lay, shared secrets with the wind in that quiet olden bay. Oh, storm walked away like rain on desert clay, leaving my heart scattered along the old byway. No more her laughter twines through oak tree sway, only echoes in the cabin where our shadows used to play. Years turn like pages in a book worn thin and frayed. Storm scarf still hangs upon that door, never swayed. The porch where we once sat, now silent and decayed. Her absence cuts as deep as the trails we once made. Oh, storm walked away like rain on desert clay, leaving my heart scattered along the old byway. No more her laughter twines through oak tree sway, only echoes in the cabin where our shadows used to play. From the dust of old roads to the stars we name each night, a cowboy wanders lonesome beneath the pale moonlight. Yet in every whispered pine, or eagle soaring fly, I feel her close as ever, like dust hugging the twilight. Yes, storm walked away, but her spirit stays in the rustle of the leaves and the old porch creaky lays. I'll keep wandering these trails through the end of my days.
days, for every sunset still whispers sweet memories of storm's ways. Oh, storm